Hey everyone, so for this project I want to talk about real estate again, but in this time in terms of a occupation as compared to my last project where I talked about real estate in terms of its market, the real estate market. So starting out, I think a career as a realtor, real estate agent, or real estate broker has a market structure of a pure competition. I say this because I believe there to be a large number of competing competitors as well as a relatively low barrier of entry. A quick stat for you straight from the National Association of Realtors. In 2019, there were 6 million new and existing homes sold in the US. Now that might seem like a lot, but in terms of realtors that were practicing in that time, the number was 2 million. So 2 million licensed and actively practicing real estate agents were selling those homes. So yeah, basically, I don't think that it's an oligopoly or any kind of a monopoly or monopolistic competition. I think that it's a pure competition. So as for my market change, I wanted to talk about something that happened in the past, early 2000 range, but I think that it's still really prevalent now because we're seeing technological advances every day just in our world. And so yeah, I think that it's still pretty relevant. So a little backstory. Prior to this change, real estate was pretty proprietary. If you were looking to buy or sell your home, you would use a realtor. And you would use a realtor because we, as realtors, would get your homes sold quicker, and we were the ones that knew which homes were for sale. Unless you came into town and drove every street, the only way of you finding out which homes are for sale is if you maybe saw a yard sign in the front yard. And then you would just see a phone number and you'd call the real estate agent that has that home for sale. Now, as I'm sure all of you know, there's plenty of websites, Zillow, Realtor.com, just to name a couple, that give you pretty much a list of every home that's available for sale, sold, or is actively listed, and it's at your disposal. So that has positives and negatives. For real estate professionals, I tend to see a lot more negatives than positives. I think it can be a useful tool, but I think there's pretty much two negatives. The first one being that real estate agents, their costs have gone up. So that's what I want to talk about, not a change in demand or supply, but a change in costs. So what Zillow and Realtor.com do is they take our multiple listing service. So they take the homes that we list and they put them on their websites. We don't get paid for that. No one gets paid for that. They take it for free. But what they do is in turn, they charge real estate agents to get the buyers or possibly the sellers back. If that's through commissions or annualized fees. So in economic terms, fixed and variable costs. So my hypothesis is that real estate realtors' costs have gone up. So with that, I have a basic chart here. Marginal cost, average total cost, average variable costs, marginal revenue and demand. So we're gonna go ahead and say that this was prior to 2000. And this is prior to the MLS being kind of syndicated out to every other website. So now we're gonna tackle average variable cost and average total cost. So using these two lines, here was the old average variable cost curve and average total cost curve. Now, I think these curves look a little bit more like this. I think the costs have gone up to be in real estate and to to be in the occupation of real estate due to the following market changes that I just discussed. Thanks everyone for listening. Appreciate it. Hope everyone has a great day. Thanks. Here's a list of my works cited and sources. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you have a great day.